On October 15th, 2004, I received a phone call from LifeLink. At just 21 years old, I had no idea who they were, but my big brother had just died in a car accident that morning, and they were offering the option of donation. We said yes, and after his tissue donation, I largely put LifeLink out of my mind. I grieved, went to grad school, became a nurse, had babies, and without planning it, I found myself managing a transplant center. 15 years after that first phone call, LifeLink came back into my life when I became an associate executive director at LifeLink of Georgia. Really, my story isn't unique at LifeLink. Many of our staff have been touched by donation, whether it's the loss of a loved one who became a donor, a life-saving organ transplant for themselves or a loved one, or returning to their favorite activity after a tissue transplant. So today, we celebrate our loved ones along with yours. My name is Katie Payne, and I want to welcome you to the Heroes Who Gave the Gift of Life virtual celebration. Each year, it is with great honor that LifeLink gathers with families and friends of those loved ones who gave the gift of life through organ, eye, and tissue donation. Unfortunately, we're unable to gather with you face-to-face this year due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but LifeLink is committed to honoring our donor heroes. Behind me is our Tree of Life donor wall, where we have placed the first names of each of our donor heroes from 2020. LifeLink staff and volunteers pass by as they enter our lobby, and every day, your loved ones' names inspire us to pursue our mission. In 2020, 341 organ donors provided 1,030 life-saving organs for patients on the National Transplant Waiting List. Tissue donors provided thousands of individuals with an improved quality of life and mobility. Our local eye donors have given the gift of sight. Today, we celebrate the heroic decisions made by donors and their families, and the thousands of lives saved and impacted through their generosity.
Hi, I'm Carolyn Hostetler, Hospital Development Specialist at LifeLink and Donor Family. My life has been personally impacted by organ donation. 4.5 years ago, I lost my baby sister to a tragic accident that nobody could have prepared for. Megan was a wonderful 23-year-old girl who had her entire life in front of her. She had just graduated college and had so many hopes and dreams. Megan was the youngest of 4 daughters, and she really was the glue to our family. We often referred to her as the caboose. Megan, at just the age of 23, had made the decision for herself to sign up to be an organ donor. Little did we know that just 4 months after she signed up to be on the organ donor registry, that our lives would forever change. My family got the phone call that nobody ever wants to receive. We were told that Megan had been in a tragic accident. We went to the hospital where we were informed that there was nothing that could be done to save her life. Through the gift of donation, Megan was able to save 5 lives through organ donation. 2 years ago, my family had the opportunity to meet one of my sister's recipients. It was her lung recipient, Richard. We spent the day together sharing stories about Megan and the funny things that she did growing up. I had the opportunity to listen to my sister's lungs breathe again. That is an experience that I can never describe, but it is truly a priceless treasure that I will always remember the rest of my life. Donation has healed my family in many ways that nobody could ever imagine. My family prayed for a miracle for Megan, and we just didn't know it would look the way it did. She was the miracle for 5 other individuals that day. After Megan's death, I was so profoundly impacted by organ donation and how it could help others that I wanted to come and work for LifeLink so I could continue that mission for her. I feel honored that I get to continue to carry the torch for her and get to share her story with others. To the donor families out there, thank you for choosing donation so that others out there can receive the miracle of the gift of life.
Hello, my name is Dr. Emmanuel Minja. I am an abdominal organ transplant surgeon at Piedmont Transplant Institute in Atlanta. I get the honor and truly the privilege to work with patients who suffer from kidney failure. When I do these surgeries, when I do kidney and pancreas transplantation, the things that I think about are, in general, in terms of the number of people in the United States to date who are actually waiting for organs. There's over 100,000 people listed right now as we speak that think about all the challenges that we've had, especially for the last 2 years. But I also think about, despite all these challenges, despite everything that goes on, despite all these difficulties, the people that I truly I'm humbled by and I'm honored by are the donors' families. I get to witness on a daily basis how people are actually changed in these moments. I'm truly humbled by what you do. I thank God for what you have been able to provide. I thank God for you, and I always ask God to continue to bless you as you have blessed many others with these showers of blessings or gifts of life. So on behalf of all the people that we're working with, on behalf of all our patients, I truly I'm honoring you today, and I'm thankful for you today.
When I think of donation, I think of strength. I think of sacrifice. I think of courage. I think of love. I think of legacy.
Donation has impacted me by the stories and the families that we meet. There's not a day that goes by that you don't think about a recipient that you've met and remember their story about how they were looking at their end of their life. And through the gift of transplantation and donation, they are now living a second chance at life. It makes you take the stairs. It makes you appreciate the small things and the little things in life. And it really changes your whole perspective on life.
Because of wonderful families like you, I have been given the awesome opportunity to watch my 2 children grow to be wonderful young men.
Thank you and your loved one for the selfless act of giving the gift of life to others.
I just want to say thank you to all of you amazing families out there who have given this gift of life so that the memory of your loved ones could live on. I want to assure you that they do. I've worked with a lot of families over the years, but I remember one specific family who I worked with who gave the gift of life from their beautiful 11-year-old daughter. And that family continues to work with us, volunteer with us all the time. And the one thing her father said to me that was so amazing, he said, I just don't want anyone to forget her. I want to keep her alive through other people, through what we do. And I just want to assure you that if you've worked with us, you've given this amazing gift, no one is going to forget your loved one. Not you as a family, certainly not the people who've received this amazing gift, and not us, the ones that worked with you through the process. So thank you so much for that gift.
19 years ago, a family just like yours said yes to donation that saved my mom's life. She received a heart transplant, and our lives have never been the same since. From all of my family to your family, thank you for saying yes to donation so my mom could live. There are other recipients just like my mom who are now living a wonderful life because of your family and your loved one. We could never give back to you what you've given to us, but we can give you our gratitude. Thank you so much for giving the gift of life.
I am so grateful and appreciative that you said yes to organ and tissue donation. What other words can I say other than thank you?
Thank you for saying yes to donation.
Thank you for saying yes to donation.
My name's Steve Anderson. I work with the hospital development department here at LifeLink, so I'm kind of on site at the hospitals on a daily basis. And I'm a recipient of 5 skin grafts. Unfortunately, I had an accident in my backyard. I typically will burn debris in my backyard just for fun. I'd have bonfires and play with the dogs and kids. And one weekend I got in a particular hurry with a fire and decided to add some accelerant to it, some gasoline. And I knew better. And the next thing I know, I was rolling on the ground to put my arm out of a flame, if you will. So I burnt 10 to 13% of my body, from my hand down my back and on my leg. I really didn't realize the severity of it until I saw the expression on the ER personnel's faces. And when they were talking about getting a helicopter to fly me to Augusta, it really kind of set in then that it was a serious accident. And ever since then, it's really shaped my thinking. I've slowed down a whole lot. I don't get in a hurry anymore. I think about what could happen in everyday activities. I was fortunate enough to receive a letter back after writing my donor family bill. You know, when a recipient writes a letter to the donor family, you're kind of given a script, if you will, to kind of fill in the blanks to thank this family. And I really don't remember what I said. All I remember was I felt so awkward and almost awful to tell somebody thank you when they're dealing with the passing of a loved one. It was really, really awkward for me. But whatever I said really, really hit home. They actually explained to me that Bill and I was a lot alike, and that the letter I wrote made them laugh out loud, literally, because the terms, the phrases I used were exactly what he would have said. So it made me feel good to be able to give them some kind of peace and to let them know some good came out of their brother passing. I'd really just like to take this opportunity to thank the family of my donor Bill, and as well as the other families that had loved ones pass and donate. Thank you for your gifts, and thank you for honoring their wishes. Today we light a memorial candle in honor of your loved ones who gave the gift of life. Their selfless and generous act of kindness will never be forgotten. From our staff at LifeLink, thank you. Please join me in lighting a candle to honor your loved ones and all of those who gave the gift of life in 2020. I'd like to read a poem by Christy Ann Martin. Don't cry for me, I'm not going. My soul's at rest, my heart lives on. Light a candle for me to see and hold on to my memory. But save your tears, for I am still here, by your side through the years. If we could have a moment of silence. Thank you. Every year, families are invited to submit pictures on behalf of their loved ones. These photographs were assembled to make this video tribute. Please keep your candle lit as we remember your loved ones through pictures.
Hello, I'm Dina Porter, the Donor Family Services Liaison. On behalf of everyone at LifeLink, I would like to express our appreciation for all of you joining us this evening. We are especially grateful to have had the opportunity to honor and celebrate your loved one, who I know is your hero, and they are of course our heroes. Thank you also for submitting your photos that we could include in our tribute. And remember that this celebration is available in its entirety anytime after this evening. I hope that the messages that you heard from all the speakers this evening were meaningful and that you realize just how appreciative we are of the selfless gift that you gave to save and improve the lives of others. We wanted to provide a way for our families to participate, regardless of where you are, by celebrating and honoring your loved one with our candlelight ceremony. There are many ways for you to honor and celebrate your loved one, not just during this holiday season, but throughout the year. I encourage you to keep the candle that you receive from us and allow it to shine bright as you reflect on the special memories and times that you shared with them. I know I have spoken with some of you over this past year regarding recipient information. You want to know, can you correspond with your recipients? How do you do that? How does that process work? Every family situation is different, and I will be happy to answer questions and assist you as I can. We look forward to the time where we can meet in person again, but we thank you for joining us virtually as we celebrate and honor our donor heroes. Thank you for supporting our mission of organ and tissue donation.